Holas, everybody. This is DianaMoon, MediaPunker. Bet you weren't expecting a video. I promised a certain duo, well, one half of a duo. Sorry, I was adjusting something off screen. That I would do an unboxing video of their recent game. That they finally were able to send out. Well, set of games. I was lucky enough to be one of the possible first people to get the package, and so why not? Let's do something different. I know I owe a lot of different other types of videos, and VODs and stuff, but we go where the muse takes us, and the muse is taking me to doing this unboxing. Um, so what is an unboxing video? It's pretty much what it says on the tin. I take a package I got in the mail. I got it, I believe, this morning. I'm recording this evening. But I couldn't do the recording earlier because I had to go out for most of the day. I unbox what's inside the shipping box and then unbox what's inside the actual boxes. And I'm sure most of you know this, but I'm just buying for time at the moment as I try to think of a proper introduction. This is for RPG, story games. I say that with a little bit of a hesitation in my voice only because they're not like your standard type of RPG games, which I love. It's fantastic. These are the games created by Storybrewers, who are well known for Alas for the Awful Sea, which is a very cool, like creepy supernatural pirate ship kind of PBTA game, and of course Good Society, which is a game I heavily love and enjoy, and I've been playing it consistently for over a year now, I believe. Jeez, like maybe 2-ish years now. Um, and the two game designers of Storybrewers who makes up the entire company is Haley and V, and they are very awesome people. I got to meet them at Big Bag Con before the Panny D happened in 2019, and they're very sweet, creative, talented, smart Australians. I say that because it's fun to, you know, I like meeting my international friends, and that's very cool. And I'm rambling again 'cause, again, I did not plan this out in any sort of way. They recently, well, not recently, because most recently was Good Society related, but they did a Kickstarter for some new games that is going to be a part of a series they're going to have called Little Boxes. And so they're story games that you can play that are fit in a nice little, like, handy dandy box. And I was lucky enough to play test one of them, and one of the other ones is an expansion of, I think, a free version of the game on their website that you could still, I believe, get. They expanded it to be a little bit more interactive and have more things to it. So that's basically what we're gonna do. We're gonna open those, check out the feel of the cards, if there's cards or whatever elements, and show you guys because I'm excited. I always with Storybrewers, a fantastic like layout designs of the books, and just like graphical elements, just everything is done with such care, and I enjoy it. So let's transition here. Um, it came obviously they used a distributor like in between, but for some odd reason my brain thought like this little box here was gonna say from Australia on it. It didn't. It said from Kentucky, I believe. So I was like, oh, this isn't what I was hoping for. And then I opened it to see because I couldn't remember. I've been getting a lot of Kickstarter packages lately, and then realized it is what I was hoping for. So this is how it came to me. Some nice padding and the two games. And they are really tiny little boxes. So let's see if I can do this correctly. The way I had to angle my, no, yeah, they're going to be, oof. See, I didn't test this ahead of time, so I literally took these out of the box just now. So let me fix that. My apologies. But yeah, so my hand, I don't think I have big hands. I have sizable hands, but like they're tiny. But let's make it so that you guys can read and not have to read this backwards. Tiny little boxes, very cute. Um, Village Song, which is their brand new one, is labeled number 1 here. And I'll take it out of the plastic so you don't get the shininess. And this is a pretty compact box. It's about an inch. General rule of thumb is like the first part of your thumb tends to be like an inch worth, and then like the width of your thumb is supposed to be like a centimeter. I remember something like that. I probably am misremembering it now. So it's fairly thin. Um, I actually thought our mundane supernatural life was going to be a little bit bigger. At least like in the Kickstarter it looks bigger, but it's really cute little box. So this is the one where there's the original version, which is a lighter version, um, is on the website still, I believe. I will put a little edit somewhere here if that is incorrect, but I will link to it in the description below. So this is our mundane supernatural life, and it's game number 2. So let's do the first one. This is heavier, but I know why it's heavier. So Village Song was developed by Lee. Sorry, apologies. It is late where I'm at right now. V. Hendro, one half of Storybrewers. And again, I didn't plan any of this, so usually my nails can do it. Open the plastic. And this is a really cool, like, lyrical / poetic type of game. I don't know how much ASMR is going to come out since I'm using this mic instead of my Yeti, because I just didn't want it to pick up everything. And but here is the box without the shininess. Look how beautiful that is. I don't know how well it's gonna. Come on. The zooming might not work properly. It's so blurry. I don't know why. There. Let me see if I could fix that real quick. That's the button I wanted. Oh, because focus was not turned on. There we go. There we go. Storytelling game of leadership and change. Look how lovely this box is. So 1 to 4 players, 2 to 4 hours, age 14 and up. Look at this. Game contains 6 leaders. Come on. Like I said, this is an older webcam. It could be because my hands are shaky. 6 villages, 5 bonds, 42 change cards, 4 references, a turn token, and a rules booklet. So I got to playtest this on Roll20. And let me take this down. There we go. And I think it worked fairly well. But I'm really happy to have a physical copy. I keep doing anything close to me, forgetting that I have a secondary camera for a reason. The only thing I don't like about tuck boxes is doing that kind of damage, because I just don't know how not to damage these boxes. Making sure there's nothing. Oh, it's reinforced with extra cardboard on the bottom. That's a first. All right. So here's the booklet. Oh, this gorgeous artwork. Just because. So I'm not going to show like every page, but let me show you that. So what's really nice is that they offer, and they're really good about this with all their games, is that if you not the type of person that can read game rule books very easily or can grok it, they do have a QR code for video examples with a playthrough of it, which is really cool. All the art, it looks like, just double checking here, this gorgeous art, which I will showcase a lot of too. was done by Fatri Maulana. I'm sorry for mispronouncing that, because it could be Fatri or Fakri Maulana, at Cat Crunch with a K. Um, so yeah, game design by V. Hendro, editing by Lauren McManamon, sorry, who's a very cool person. Layout, of course, is V. V does fantastic layouts. Writing is with V and Haley. And then they did have authenticity editing because this is based. Let's read the summary of this actual game. Let me put that there so you can see. Tell a tempestuous story of leadership and change on an island rife with trials, spirits, and unrest. Play a village leader facing hard decisions in the struggle for your island's future. Choice by choice, shape the song of your village, sung for many years to come. So, I probably should have double checked before starting this video. But it is based on or inspired by um the Southeast Islands and such. So they do have authenticity editing, which was done by Jara Sastrawan and Munkau. So it's really cool, and the rules book just goes immediately to what you're supposed to do, which I think is really nice. Um, Obviously, I mean sometimes there's usually more. So just I'll flip a little bit. It's a nice little booklet, very heavy booklet, going through the rules of how to play, turn order, everything. So this is a nice little booklet of information. And I apologize if you can hear the ambulances. Um, you can do shorter games, longer games, have unhappy bonds, and 2 players, 3 villagers variant, and a solo variant. So I think that's really cool. So if you want to play it on your own, um, here you go. So I should have looked. I should have double checked first, but yeah. So game designers know. I'm not going to read all the notes here because it's for everybody to see. But yeah, it's inspired by the sprawling islands of Indonesia, hence having the authenticity editors. And I think that's really cool. There's a designer's note, artist notes, and even notes from the authenticity editors, which I think is really cool. Having done cultural sensitivity editing before, I've never got a chance to do that necessarily. And then, of course, in the back is just a quick reference sheet. So that's pretty cool. What is this? Oh, the token. Oh, cool. So this is the token. I think, gosh, it's been a while since I did the play test. Turn order thing or something like that. um, but that is really cool. I'm not gonna punch it out. I'm gonna leave it in there for now. And then we have the card deck. This is definitely a game I hope to be able to play with friends in person. Um, because I think it's really cool, especially with the lyric elements to this game. I think is really neat. So let's put that there, box right there. So we have the change cards backings. Sorry, I have to remind myself. The starting cards, that's right. So where you start on the island. A couple more change cards. And I'll show a couple of those too in a minute. These have a nice feel. They're um, smooth, glossy kind of finish. We have our leaders here. So that's the first leader. And then, let me make sure. So these are the traverse cards, I believe. The trails in between, and the relationships that you have with the other villagers, whether you're childhood friends, mentor, friendly neighbors, secret lovers, and then there's like negative sides depending on the things you do with the other village leaders. Then we have the actual villages with the information. If I remember, I'm trying to remember this correctly. I apologize. Yeah, with special events and things that you do depending on when you utilize it. I'm not gonna. This is an unboxing video. This is not like review necessarily a review video or a like explain how to play the game video. I just want to show off the cool cards and then like the references. So quick reference players. Um, with safety elements of like at any time you can pause or edit a scene, which I think is really cool. So you get to set a leader scene, draw um, all the choices that you do in the game. There is choices. You can always choose to like pass something that someone offers you to do with these change cards here. All very shiny. With lots of different like types of events that you like. There's daily trials. Um, there's events that can happen that are related, and depending on what you decide to choose for your, if you want to inflict, if you want to offer this event to another village, you can. Depending on how many people are playing, will determine who you get to connect to with other villagers, and you create stories, you still create narratives, you still role play. It's in the playtest version I did it. I'm not sure how much different it's changed since then. Um, there were still opportunities to interact with everybody else at least once. So let me choose one at random. So for this one is clearing the forest, a fertile toil. Um, In the junction between villages lies thick forest where tigers prowl and demons roar. The one who dares to raise the earth receives the spoils, rich soil for plentiful rice, white gold, and a blooming populace. Do you turn the labor of your village to clearing the land, or do you gift it to the next village? Why? Um, and then if you do it or if you give it out, then the second half is red. And then whoever does keep this card, here's the song lyric that you get. Rice grows a living boon for all. The forest is forgotten. It is not needed. And then depending on how long everything goes, by the time you get to the end, you'll have like a stack of these change cards with the lyrics, and then you get to read your song. And that's why it's called Village Song. And you get to be really cool. Like this art is gorgeous. Different leaders here. She was the one I played as in the playtest. Actually, let me double check something. Yeah. Okay. Just I wasn't sure if these cards had pronouns, and they don't. I think it's so that you can determine on your own, I believe. And this was another of these. So yeah, I like how the landscapes is like not highly like super detailed like these are, but it just gives you enough shapes and coloring, and I think it helps invoke that like when you're traversing like from one thing to another, which might be a little bit more wild and natural, that it's going to be more shapes. It's not going to be super familiar to you because it's not something you particularly traverse a lot. I like that word right now. I don't know why I'm saying it so much, but yeah. So this is Village Song. Um, Gorgeous artwork. It has a nice heady feel to it. Plenty of change cards, events cards, and of course, how you interpret it, and depending on which village you're from, which leader you are, um, will determine how the scenes will go. And then you'll never get like the same song twice. Like it'd be really hard to, I would think so. So yeah, you can start at the volcano, the Great Kingdom. Good and bad things can happen. That's why I think these are like if you want to do like unhappy bonds type things. And yeah, it is a very complex game and a nice not and I don't mean that as a negative. Like it's a complex game because you're creating rich, complex stories done in a very tiny little box, and it's all about leadership and you know trying to have your village thrive. And I think that's fantastic. Like this is not that much bigger than right now I can't reach them, but I do have them nearby. The Good Society Desire decks and their NPC decks. Like it's just slightly bigger. I don't know if these are official tarot card sizes or not. I waiting on my first sets of official tarot cards, so I'm not sure. But I think you can have a slight idea. And I apologize again for like showing a lot of these upside down. But yeah, I just love the art. It's so nice. It's really warm and inviting. I love like it's the greens and dark blues. And now let's see the challenge of putting this back in here, especially with the reinforced cardboard bottom. And maybe I'm supposed to take the cardboard bottom out, actually. Let's try it. It might be taped or glued. I never know. Yeah, it looks like it's glued. So let's try it this way. Put this in. And this is not a fault of the design, mind you. It's just a fault of me not being able to do these very well. I'm just not a big fan, personally, of tuckboxing, but I mean, it's a very convenient way to do things, obviously. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, silly me, since I put that coin card back, there, everything's back in. Making sure I don't want to damage any of the cards, and it's back in its box. Almost good as new. Can't even tell I like bent the flap there. And yeah, this could easily fit anywhere. Good travel game. I always bring a whole bunch back when we did conventions. A whole bunch of games. I try to get like both board games and RPG games, and try to get the ones that would not be huge but still to be heavy. Because granted, when you go to a convention, you expect to buy more things, and you want to have room and everything. So these are nice little. This is even though this is technically a thicker box, it's lighter than that was, and you saw what was in that one. So this one I haven't played, even like the early version. I'm hoping to play this with a friend to recreate two of our characters who worked from Good Society, who were magical. So our mundane supernatural life. Let's see if I can get this. Storytelling game of extraordinary daily living. Explore the everyday life of a supernatural person and their loved one. Plan your day together, then face magical and mundane troubles as activities unfold. Find out more about yourselves and each other and enjoy your unusual day. Easy to learn, start playing in minutes, everything you need right in this box. Tell a tender story with heart. So, this is, let's see, 2 players only, 60 to 90 minutes, age 14 and up. This is everything that comes inside this box here, which is 2 character cards, 2 time tokens, 18 schedule cards, 2 markers, 1 4-sided die, 1 rule booklet, and bonus expansion 3-day cards, which is what we got from the Kickstarter. So, and this is number 2 of their whole little box series. And this one was much easier to open. Yeah, I didn't bend it. Ooh, I didn't. It has it here, but it's not in the list, you get a little die. A nice D4. Very cool. I love the nice purpley color of it. Um, that was sat right on top. This one has a lot more cardboard fitting, so let's see how I can pull everything out. So here are the dry erase pens. So we got a light blue and a rich orange. Let me open the purple one. Let me see if they have a fruity smell. No, just a marker smell. I couldn't help myself. They're tiny, like they're the ones that you used to get as a kid, and they would have like a fruit smell sometimes. Awesome. All right, so see how everything's organized. Let's. Okay, there's nothing else in that section. So this little flap was what was holding up the 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 die. I can pull. Ooh, do I want to do that? Yeah, let's do it. So we'll pull the cardboard out, and what's left. Okay, the cardboard we don't need to see right now. Leave that there. The tokens, purple and orange. So on these, it says, let's see. No, it's not keeping. Blurt something out, end the scene when you want. So that's what it says on the time side. Then got little pretty stars on the other side. The game booklet again. Isn't that cute artwork? And then the dry erase cards, which we'll go through. That has a plastic. So again, the back of it is a quick start, simple enough. And this booklet isn't as thick as the other one, obviously, especially because it's only for 2 people. Again, QR code to check out video explanation with a little bit of play examples. Game design, this one is done by both V and Haley. Art is by Sai Garona or Gerona. I apologize again. Very cute, whimsical art style here. Editing again by Lauren McManaman, layout by V, and writing by Haley. So game overview, obviously, and again, shiny glossy paper, very small. I think this one is a smaller rule book than the other one was. Going through with some gorgeous art. Lovely play examples. And then let's see what else. So more ways to play, which I think is always nice to like offer alternatives. Just for funsies. So you can do a 3-day game, which is what got unlocked. And then at the end, so that's like one of the other variations. And at the end is just card references. And then, like I said earlier, sorry, I keep going out of frame. So card references and then a quick play guide. And here are, this might be a little bit harder for me to open with my nails because I don't want to damage the cards either. But I do have a pair of scissors nearby. Old fabric scissors that were my grandmother's. So yeah, generally I'm not a 2-player RPG game person because I feel like as much as I love doing like one-on-one scenes, um, I like to be able to take a break and do other watch other people have scenes or do group scenes, and usually like one-on-one games feel intense. They seem intense. This one though, it feels a little bit more collaborative. There's technically not a GM. It's not one GM and one player. Um, and I got to see a couple people play this game before. Ooh. So the dry erase cards do stick, so you'll want to fan those out. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. They were wrapped together. So, as I was saying, so this one seems a little bit not as like intense work, and like I said earlier, I want to play this with an online friend who we've done a Good Society Magic game together, and we want to use those characters because they epilogued in a happy ever after kind of thing, but was dramatic leading up to it, mainly for my character and his storyline. So it'd be nice to do something very sweet, um, and everything. So if I remember correctly, the symbols on the back indicate like how easy or how hard something is if there's a challenge. Um, and I think those are just like neutral. Again, I haven't played this. I haven't read the rules ahead of time or rewatched anything, and it's been a while since I saw. And the game that I saw was, I believe, the free version. So we have a mundane supernatural life. This one has a name card for purple, and then there's of course one for orange. I like the color scheme. And then references if you're doing for 1 to 2 days. Day 3, there you go. Day 1, day 2, day 3, and then night time, I believe, or orange reference and purple reference, like what they're doing. So that is pretty cool. So let's see. So like day 1, what's the weather like? And that's when you use the D4 to figure it out. Sunny, gusty, cloudy, sun shower. Roll for the weather, play your day, bedtime, 3 minutes, change plans. So let's see. I don't know. This is I'm more unfamiliar with. So we have, like I said, the symbol cards, and in here is the reference to what those symbols mean. So 1x is something goes wrong, 2x is something goes very wrong. Heart is a moment of connection. Star is a moment of realization, and then blank is go the way you feel. So that's what those are. So yeah, so what I also really liked about this Kickstarter campaign was that there was an interactive element of two characters playing through this essentially, doing what their day, and we got to vote on polls, and I thought that was really adorable. So A and PM, is this a shared activity? And so you write on there, and then these are the free for all ones. It's nice, shiny, glossy. I like this. The color scheme's really nice. So yeah, shiny, glossy, smooth. I think they're about the same size as the Village Song cards. Obviously, I think, a different type of paper so that you can mark it. I am just going to see, since this is an unboxing. I cannot remember my character's name. I tend to reuse a couple of Spanish character names, so can't remember if this was Diego or not. What am I doing today? So it's going to be upside down, but I cannot write upside down. I'm not that talented. What are you doing today? Yeah, writes pretty smoothly, very nice marker. Going to nap. You can see my crappy handwriting. And as much as I don't want to ruin this pristine white eraser, oh wow, that's very easy. I'm sure I can clean that. That is probably the simplest, easiest erase I've done in a really long time. No residue that I could feel. And there you go. So let's see if I can rebox this. Isn't this really cute? And it's very much more lightweight. If And despite like, a pretty, where did I put it? Oh no. I subconsciously move things and then forget I've moved things. Oh, the booklet. So despite the booklet seemingly a little thick, I think it's probably a very quick read. And again, there is the video that you could check out for it. And I'm not going to punch these out. We'll leave them in for now. So, yeah, that is pretty compact. Like, I can understand why they used a frame for inside. Um, and it's really nice. And it's a 2-player game, like I said. So, for me, I feel like it's easier to put this back in here instead of putting this frame box in here and just doing that. Yeah, I think this is pretty ingenious packaging. I don't know if they thought of it or their packagers thought of it. Or production, probably. Slide that back in. Yeah, that was pretty simple. Let's roll the dice. We have dice. 3. 3 again. Can we get a 3 another time? Nope, we got a 1. So, yeah, nice, easy, shiny little purple die. 2 pins. Fit pretty easy. And I'm sure if you wanted to use your own die D4, you can. And easy close. That is really fantastic. I'm really happy I got to to check these out. I have a little box somewhere, an open box that was like created shelf for like mostly like card supplements like this with the Good Society games, but it'd be nice to have those on there until I'm able to get a proper shelf. But I'm very happy to add these little box games to my collection. I can't wait to see 3 and beyond whenever they happen. Again, thank you, Haley and V and Storybrewers, um, for creating such wonderful, inspiring games that not everything has to be about fighting. As much as I love drama too, not everything has to be super dramatic. Um, but if you like this, please let me know. I can do other unboxings of games, Kickstarters. I do a lot of pin backing if that's something you're into. Um, and yeah, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. DianaMoon says.